Hello, everyone. We got a nice little stack of comics that we read this last week. So we're going to go through them, see if we can remember what we read, see if we can get you interested in any of these comics. There's a lot of great ones in this pile again. A lot of fun stuff that we just got in the mail from our monthly order and stuff like that. So, got a Naceliverse story, Biker Mice from Mars #2. This is the second volume that they started. Can't wait for the Cowboys and Moo Mesa. I believe that's Montana right there on in the picture. But yeah, I remember watching that along with all these other shows, which I really enjoyed. We got Melissa Flores, Daniel Getty, Alessandro Santoro working on the Biker Mice from Mars. And here we get to see a couple kids that are off running around exploring, getting themselves in trouble. And a couple of biker mice have to come in to save them. And once they get them back to where they belong, still trying to figure out this. It's such a weird image on here. Uh, the evil fishman at his castle, but in this castle, above the shorter peak there, yeah, like a weird face and teeth coming out. So I don't know what that is about. I've been tried to figure it out, but I think it's just how they drew it. But it looks like a perfect mouth on a really weird, strange creature with two eyeballs. But it's on the brick of the castle, so I'm not sure. Not sure about that. I am curious. I do want to know more. Then we got the mice, the rats. They attack because they set up that big device in the volcano to set the volcano off, and they're basically going to check on things and keep going to war, keep battling with the biker mice, trying to take advantage of them since their village got somewhat destroyed, if not fully destroyed. I haven't seen the aftermath yet from the volcanic eruption that was caused by a device that the evildoers put in the earth to set it off, and that way they could get the mice to focus on something else while the other faction attacks them and does, and they're basically blindsiding them, basically doing these other things just to cause them to get their minds on that stuff and not really pay attention to what's going on with the other faction. But still a great story, still going strong. I like how it followed nicely right off the first volume of 5 issues, I believe. So that was a good thing. It wasn't like a whole restart, which a couple of these that have done that recently start the second volume and it's right to another restart, starting the whole thing over again. That just drives like, let's keep the stories going. Let's quit going back to the beginnings and let's actually see something that happens in the future. A lot nicer. Oh yeah, F Fairyland or I Hate Fairyland if you get the non-censored Scotty Young book, drawn by Derek Loffman, and in here we got the horse. It's like a horse cop, horse character, horse being that's in the search. Oh, not horse unicorn. Well, he's a horse now because he's got his horn. Got no horn. The horn got cut off and stolen. And if you have the horn, horns, certain things can happen, and he's traced his horn back. See, there's a little Bo Peep and her sheep. Traced everything back to Gert, and Gert happens to have the unicorn horn on her, and he can break the spell basically by her giving back the horn to him, letting him reattach it. But we happen to come across the old lady that lives in the shoe with all her little evil brats. We get Larry pops up. He's running around inside like a mech suit, a miniature mech suit. But yeah, these stories are a blast. If you haven't been checking them out, get your butt on I Hate Fairyland, because I guess now it's just going to stay in ongoing. He's not going to do restarting the runs and stuff, which is nice. But yeah, I think this is already issue 43, 42. It's definitely worth checking out if you like that type of stuff. Oh yeah, Geiger. And this is issue 16, it looks like. My eyes are getting worse and worse. G.F. Johns is the writer on this. Eamon Winkle, penciler Norm Retmond, inker Robert Nugent, colorist and Rob Layletter. It's like, I love the first few pages of this issue are awesome. A full page image. And then the next page is a page layout where you're seeing where certain nuclear bombs are going off. I don't know why. Kind of curious about that too. It's like we got a bunch of rock chunks in space, like an asteroid or something blew up into little pieces. Don't know why those are out there, because they're close enough to our atmosphere that you would think they'd get sucked in and cause damage themselves. We get basically a scientist that set off the bombs. He's trapped in a basement after he deals with the girl, the female Geiger. I can never remember her name. But Geiger ends up putting her lock or not her locking him up and trying to get some information, get him to rebuild Junkyard Joe, and while at the same time Geiger's going out and working with the knight, clearing the giant radiated bugs with the puppy dog and stuff. I don't think the zebra does much as far as defense wise or attacking at all. I don't see no images of the zebra in the middle of battle, but we we noticed that there's a big cloud of smoke coming, which means that someone's coming that's probably hunting Tariq down, and that means that Tariq and them all have to move again. And while it's going on, Tariq's powers happen to get a little more uncontrollable, it looks like. We don't find out for sure, but we get to see what happens with Tariq and the gang. Uh, but yeah, after he absorbed that nuclear bomb that she set off because she wanted him to also absorb her, it left, it looks like it left some of her, I don't want to say some of her radiation, but some of her abilities and stuff was left in Tariq. Not everything was reabsorbed by her when she went back to the nuclear character side after she was finally back to being a normal human for a bit. Uh, but yeah, it's that run is very interesting. I think now we're gonna see one of the characters from the city that have been after Tariq. We're gonna start seeing some one or two new key characters, so it should be interesting what happens with that. We got Jeff the Land Shark. I got this is actually Jeff the Land Shark. I think this would be the combination of Jeff the Land Shark comics and Jeff comics, and the stories connect. So it works out nice, but it's kind of like doubling up on stories. They gave us Jeff, and they gave us Jeff the Land Shark stories, and now they're putting them together. It works for me. I enjoy them. They're a lot of fun. But this is the Rivals cover, and in this one we got Rocket and Groot working with Jeff, and he's got these little like well actually he's still uh, chasing after his shadow that decided to leave him. And he's been going through dimensions and stuff chasing after it, and he kind of gets on top of it this episode a little bit or this issue, but yeah, these are a lot of fun. If you want some Jeff the Land Shark, I suggest picking these up. This is another cover that I picked up because of Squirrel Girl and Tippy Toe on it. And then we got the Lucky Devils. I'm not really enjoying this as much as 8 billion genies. Well, not at all, even close to 8 billion genies. 8 billion genies, I wish would still be going to this day. They could have done so much with that comic. I know they're working on a show or a movie or whatever, and that's why everything went on hold, I guess. I don't know. But I think they should quit worrying about freaking movies and TV shows. Let them happen when they happen and keep putting the books out. Because we learn more about our little demons, that there's something going on with the hell characters, and they basically gotta push up the efforts to get their humans to do things that the council wants them to do. There's the council of the different demons, the main head ones that control what everybody's gonna do, and yeah, Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. This is with Kevin Nipstein and Christopher Crank, but this issue focuses on greed. But I enjoy it, but the characters aren't really characters. I mean, the humans I don't really care about. They aren't anything I give a shit about. They ain't. They're not catching my curiosity. And then the devil characters, and other than watching what they're doing, seeing how they're working together to try and get to an equal end game. Uh, yeah, I'm just not really feeling that. I I'm not sure. I don't know how long it's gonna go. I think I got two more issues ordered, but after that, if it's still going, I don't think I'm gonna go beyond that unless I hear something in the future with it. I really wish they'd just bring 8 billion genies back instead. Getting attacked? Cat came in here and jumped off the step and quickly looked behind him like he was getting chased or something. So who knows? Maybe something will pop up in the doorway. We got Red Hulk. This is issue, I want to say like 7 or 6. Looks like Red Hulk number 6 is Benjamin Percy, G.F. Shaw, Brian Valenza, and VC's Corey Petit. But I jumped off this run. I wish I wouldn't have, because I think I jumped off it on issue 4. But then issue 6 came out with an all red cover. And I'm not going to pass up an all red cover. So I picked it up, but now I'm stuck missing, I think, issue 5. But I will have to go back and pick it up just so I have at least a run of 6. But you got Deathstroke, Deathlock, whatever. He's basically trying to help out Machine Man that happens to be on a conveyor belt about to be destroyed. And he's right there by just about ready to enter into the fire, get melted down. But yeah, I like that you got Machine Man and him working together in here. And then at the same time, our Colonel Ross is locked up in a facility. And he's hulking out at the moment there, but then once he calms down, you get to see what's going on, who's got him locked up, who's controlling it. It's kind of basically a penitentiary facility that he's locked up in, but he does get to go outside for a break for the first time in a long time. Someone's giving him a chance to go outside, and once he's outside, he basically can start figuring out where he is located at. And at the same time, he's trying to get Machine Man back together, back up and active. And I like the two of them teaming up. I think it'll be a fun team up. Yeah, I want to show this too, but it gives away some of the facility stuff. There's some interesting stuff in the facility, and you also find out who's running the facility, but I don't want to ruin that for anybody since it's a newer comic. So then we go to Savage Dragon 277. I think the last issue and the next 2 issues, or the last 2 issues and the next issue. Because the next one I think is the next one or the one after that is. I forgot her name. Down the daughter, Savage Dragon's younger daughter. But each one of like 4 issues, I guess, is going to focus on each of the different kids, and in this one, you get Jackson Dragon. For that one. But Jackson's basically sees things going on and sees this superhero character going to deal with it, and Jackson wants to step in and help out. And superhero characters like not wanting him to get in danger, risk anything. But in reality, Jackson's probably stronger, faster, quicker than the superhero character, and he can withstand bullets and stuff like that. So, a 2-page spread of a bunch of the characters battling away. you don't get to see who they're battling against. But then we go back to our super character and Jackson Dragon, and he keeps trying to stop Jackson from helping out, but then Jackson shows him by battling against him his abilities, and goes and protects him with his other abilities and stuff, and just all kinds of things that he's doing. Jackson can do way better. So, but we end up in battle with this big old lizard character, and he puts Jackson to the test. He puts him through some interesting stuff, and you just gotta see what happens to him, how they deal with loss or how they prevail throughout the battle. There's this, yeah, you got Aquaria and Serena in Extreme Makeover or Makeover. Where you get this little short story in the back that shows them dealing with some Mako sharks, and the one can walk, has arms and legs, doing what they can, and at the same time, a device that they have that opens up something. Uh, you see them dealing with an artifact that has certain powers and does some interesting things. There's a nice back page image of the Mako sharks with the main Mako character that can walk on land. Then we got Usagi Yojimbo. This is 10,000 Plums, number 505, the final issue of this. This is Legacy 284. And this is, you can't go wrong with Usagi Yojimbo. The stories are wonderful, the artwork's great. Stan Sakai does an awesome job with it. This is Taboo Part 2, which basically shows the evil thieves setting up a barrier for villagers to go through on their way to this big goddess type statue that supposedly weeps tears once in a great while, and if you can collect the tears, they can cure you of any problems. And basically, you're one of those shim sham type things that, but yet it actually does do the tears, but it's once in a great while. So a lot of people are just sitting up there for days, weeks, not eating, not sleeping. So that's not good, but on the way up to it, since there is that barrier, Usagi Yojimbo and his cousin deal with the evil shamsters, the tricksters, and stops them from taking advantage of the people and robbing them of money just to go walk up to this statue. As you can see, there's tons of people out there just waiting for that moment when that statue's gonna drop a couple tears. And what you gonna do about it? You're gonna have 500 people running to try and collect the one tear that comes out. It's like, it's not gonna fix everybody. But I don't want to ruin what happens with it. But a certain character happens to have an opportunity to benefit from the whole ordeal. But then if he does, then other people don't benefit. So he does something that counterbalances the whole concept and stuff, and I enjoyed it. I like how they ended this storyline. It was I did expect. Didn't we have our one witch character at the beginning of the 10,000 Plums? I kind of expected her to pop up again, but apparently not. That must have been dealt with, and I'm just forgetting that. Then the last one I got is Xeno's Arrow number 6. I picked this up. I got a hemorrhoid that's thinking that he should eat all day long. Oh, that made me nervous. Thought you had a tick on you again. You just sit here for a second. People want to see you. I want to talk to you. You don't need to get treats all day long, mister. Yeah, it is. Oh, actually, you're whining because it's your lunchtime, huh? You still got 15 minutes, Mr. Pushy. Got all these stupid little green prickly things that stick to their hair. Must be that time of the season where we'll be picking a bunch of those off them. But this was Xeno's Arrow, issue 6. Once upon a time in the known galaxy, a group of aliens decided to escape from an intergalactic zoo that was run by lizards. So I want to read the other 5 issues and see what's up with this intergalactic zoo that they were trapped in. And this issue basically sees them escaping a facility also and trying to help other people out during it. And I like the characters. I'm crawling through the vents trying to escape. Uh, the robot has a nice sense of humor to it. Um, and then our characters, I should say, are trying to escape, get off this planet or wherever they're at, a space station or whatever. Yeah, these awesome. Got what sets these butterflies off. Uh, there's just something in the darkness that he sets off, and yeah, all these glowing butterflies that appear, the same as on the cover. But yeah, the characters themselves. You got Xeno, which is the little round-headed alien dude, was found in a wrecked starship of mysterious origins, drifting at the fringes of the known galaxy. And then the lizards rescued Xeno and brought him to the intergalactic zoo of civilization, where uncouth sentients were studied and educated until their species achieved full citizenship. So it must be like a holding area until they decide to let them live on the planet or whatever. And there, the head zookeeper taught Xeno to honor the cardinal principles of civilization, duty, progress, and etiquette. But Clemens, the skulking Rashat, snuck into Xeno's habitat zone one day, and she offered to take him to visit other guests of the zoo, even though it was against the rules. There's the zookeeper guy, and then that's the little troublemaker that decided to take him around the zoo. And then one of these guests was the neurotic Zenidne, who lived in the zone next door with his friends, the bug-eating plants. That's a little alien character that this character's running around with, trying to get out of the facility. But yeah, it looks interesting. I definitely want to get the earlier issues so I can figure out what's up with this zoo and what's all in the zoo and stuff like that. But that was another fun stack of comics. Uh, so check out any of those that might interest you. Keep following under Call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. Uh, leave a comment. I'll comment back. Check out Crimson Cult Comic Club. We'll be back with more stuff soon. Thanks. Oh, if you want to buy comics and you want a good deal on comics, Mondays at 5 p.m. Central Time, you can hop on Psychotronic Squirt Gun, Aaron's channel, and Aaron, me, Cicada Sonic, uh, we all take turns selling comics. There's some other great YouTubers that have mentioned that they're going to be popping in and joining up with us. So we'll see what happens with that. And I started doing flat rate boxes full of comics starting at $30 free shipping. So if you're looking for a good variety of comics, check those out. I just did an independent comic box, which I think that ended today. And I have a Marvel box and a DC box that I'm going to be recording this afternoon. Uh, so I'll be putting at least one of those out probably today or tomorrow, and then the other one like a day or two later. So keep an eye out for those. There's some great comics in there, and starting out at 50 cents a comic, you can't go wrong. That's 60 comics. Unless I got thicker comics in there, then it might only be like 55. But I show them all off in the video that uh, has the has the comment section that where you can bid. So you can always check out those videos, see what comics are in the box. If you see a variety that you're interested in, buy the box, and you'll get a great bunch of comics. And they're all types of condition, but you get a quick glance at them when I show them off. So, and a lot of comics I am getting rid of are ones that were bagged and boarded or just bagged and then just left in the bag. So, check those out, and we will be back with more stuff soon. Thanks. Bye.